Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Talking Parra podcast, episode number 22, I believe. This week we've only got three of us. Our illustrious host, he may join us a little bit later. We don't know yet, but it's the three of us at the moment. So we've got Hayden from the Entertain House, who will be running the show tonight. And we've got Maddie Tate from Tate Sports Cards. And we have myself, Troy, from the Parra Cave podcast. We're going to review, unfortunately, the loss against the South Sydney Rabbitohs last Friday night. And we will talk about some other Eels issues. And we'll also discuss the upcoming game, the Old Boys Day game against the Bulldogs at Saturday at CommBank Stadium. So over to you, Hayden, mate. It's your show tonight. Go for it.
Looking forward to hosting tonight. Good to have Matt back on board for the show.
Yes, and welcome back, Matty.
Thanks, guys.
Great to have you back.
I'm still a bit croaky, so just excuse me. But
you got those symptoms of the long COVID.
Yeah.
Well, you must have been quite upset that you couldn't go to Friday night's horror movie. You were watching the horror movie on Channel 9 League, I believe.
Watching it on KO Sports from isolation in my little box room from a laptop. But yeah, probably a better view than most of you's got. But yeah, it was pretty abysmal.
What about you, Troy? Obviously not the result we were hoping for, which we'll get into, but you were at the game. How was Bank West during the game and pre-game?
Yeah, look, just before I go on about that, I just want to say condolences to the family and friends of Paul Green. He was an Eels player amongst four other clubs. He was Eels player number 646. Unfortunately, tragically passed away last Thursday. So all our thoughts and prayers go out to the Green family and friends. The whole rugby league community's been rocked by this. So just an important message out there to contact those that you may not have heard from in a while, or even just your mates that you talk to all the time, just to ask the question, how's everything going? Is everyone okay? So once again, thoughts out to the Green family.
Can I just quickly add on that, guys? You may have seen, if you're watching this on YouTube, obviously if you're listening to us on Spotify, please jump onto the YouTube channel to see us visually. But I've actually started a petition. In 2020, the NRL launched something which they used, I think it was Josh Mansour as the kind of face of, which was known as the State of Mind Initiative, which was making sure people involved in the game, or just people in general who have previously involved in the game, are okay, whether it be in their career or after. And my idea is that we can get, whether it doesn't have to be titled mental health round, as I feel like there will be people that really don't like the title, is to get round 22 this time each year to eventually be known as the State of Mind round. I believe I've sitting at about 75 signatures in about 4 days. So it's something that I personally really want to get behind and push over the next couple of weeks. So make sure you click that link and just join.
And also, there's people out there that if you are feeling a bit down or are having bad thoughts, you can contact. So Lifeline 13 11 14. There's Gotcha for Life. There's Beyond Blue as well. So there's plenty of people out there that you can talk to that are experts in the field. It's probably pretty close to Parramatta's heart as well, because a few years ago we lost Chad Robinson as well. So probably close to Parramatta fans as well. So So yes, last Friday night, Hayden, there was 23,000 there at CommBank, so it was a reasonable crowd. But yeah, just very disappointing, very frustrating, very disappointing game. We were just never in it from the start, to be honest. And I don't know what happened. you would have thought that the guys were up for this round against the Bunnies. We struggle against them for some reason. I don't know what that is. Latrell was having a field day up the middle, making breaks up the middle. He was having a field day there. And, yeah, what was it, 14-0 at halftime, I think. So something like that. I just don't know what happened. It was, mind blowing.
How did the crowd lift the boys in regards to the second half? Obviously, we were kept to 0, but I think we really started that second half really, really well. And I feel like there's got to be some drumming or some cheering that was leading to Parramatta getting downfield, getting those opportunities that we just couldn't execute. But was it fairly quiet, or was the crowd getting behind just to start that second half? I'm really curious how that Parramatta momentum began.
Yeah, look, I think most of the game, the crowd was obviously quiet, silenced. But as you mentioned there, the start of the second half, I think when we did have a few opportunities down their end, the crowd was trying to lift them by starting that Parra chant and the drumming as well by the blue and gold.
The Barracks.
The Barracks, the Barracks guys up there. And the Swarm. There you go. And so, they've got the drummer there. So, they were trying to drum up the support and try and get the boys to lift. And when we did have those opportunities, but towards the end of the game, obviously, it was getting away from Parramatta, and it was actually a little bit disappointing because you could hear the South Sydney crowd really take over, and you could hear that South Sydney chant go through. I don't know, Matty, if you heard it through the TV or not, but it gets quite embarrassing when you hear the opposition team's chant go through your home stadium.
What about you, Matty?
Like we, as Troy said, with the chant as well. Like, we're so proud of Parra fans doing the chant at Melbourne and Panthers, and to have it done to us now, hearing that Souths chant, I feel like the stadium looked a bit empty with 10 to go. So I feel like a lot of people might have just went to beat the traffic. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like every couple of weeks we say the same thing over and over again. There's just games we just don't come out of the dressing room. So it's weird. It's weird when you hear the boys talk about it. It's like BA's press conference at the media day at Captain's Run, where he was talking about that edge, and they scored 4 tries. They still scored 4 tries down that edge. It's like we done nothing to fix it. It's like, I don't know. It's like when we're expected to go on a roll into the top 4, the springboard leap into the semis, we just hit another hurdle. So hopefully the boys are fired up a bit more this week. And it's just Latrell, man. Like, he's just a different level. He just chimes in when he wants and always does something.
I think there was a lot of pressure on Dylan Brown after the game that he had against Manly to step it up. There was obviously a lot of pressure on Jake Arthur as well. Look, to be honest, I don't think Jake did much wrong. I mean, people blamed him for the kicking game that he had, but I think I've seen that from Mitch as well, where he kicks straight to the fullback.
It's the same. It's the same kicking game.
Yeah, so you can't blame him for that. And then obviously Dylan dropping that ball, I think in the first half probably deflated him a lot as well.
I think he had an overlap as well, and he took off too quick or something and just wasn't focused on catching the ball. He was focused on what was in front of him. Yeah,
I did think that Sean Lane was probably right up there as one of the better players again on the night. I still don't reckon he's a 80-minute player, but he was out there for the 80, and he was probably one of our best. There was times there where he almost broke the line, and he did break the line, and if he could get that arm away for an offload, there could have been plenty of opportunities.
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned Sean Lane there. Well, I'll get his stats up. 178 metres, 3 tackle breaks for Sean Lane, and it looks like no errors on the night, so a big night from him. Gutherson at the back was once again really solid, 140 run metres, a tackle break, and 3 offloads for Gutherson. And then 11 tackles for a fullback as well is a pretty solid effort. I wanted to quickly mention the inconsistency factor that we've seen this season and the fact that we kind of have an opportunity here to try and win 4 games in a row, something we haven't been able to do this year. And that's something coming into the finals that we want to be able to win those kind of 4 games in a row. So, yeah, it was really disappointing that we couldn't keep that winning streak alive, obviously. I just wanted to point that out. Is there anyone else you really wanted to speak about? For me, I thought Ryan Madison. In that first half, I think he really is establishing that lock position quite well. It's funny, though, because I think this is a game of 2 halves for man of the match for me. I think Ryan Madison in the first half was really good. And I thought that he had a lot of game time off in the second half. And that's why I can't give him that full man of the match. And for me, Reid Marnie showed me a lot of signs that he can have a big game against the Dogs this week. In that second half, I thought he came up with some big meters, a better kicking game of sorts. So for me, it's a bit of a half one. I'll go Reid Marnie in the second half and Ryan Madison in the first half for my Eels man of the match. I'll go to you, Troy.
Well, yeah, I think Sean Lane for me. I mean, we probably expect Gutho to do what he does every single week. That's just him. He's a competitor, and he's always in and around the ball and making tackles and this and that. So we expect that from him. I think he got the fans' vote of the man of the match, I think. But yeah, Sean Lane for me. There's something that's really irritating me, and I don't know what it is. It's not just Parramatta, but I've seen it across other clubs as well. The short dropouts really early on in the game.
A whole weekend.
Yeah, as I said,
every game, every dropout was short in the last,
Well, I'm talking in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm talking like in the first half. Like, we've all grown up knowing that they do the short dropouts when they're behind. They want to try and get the ball out, but every club seems to be doing it now at the starts of the games. And the other thing was, there was one time there, I think South put up a kick, and I don't know what Wonga Blake was doing. He sort of was trying to balk the player rather than try and catch the ball. I don't know what was going on there, but which I think led to South's try. So
yeah.
But anyway, hopefully the boys can put that one behind them and just focus.
I think Wonga was too busy trying to play for penalties and catch balls. I think that was a couple of weeks ago. It was a while back when we got penalised and a try taken off us for jumping a bit early. I feel like that was Wonga trying to say that the player might have leaped in front of him a bit too early. Or I don't know. But Rocks and Diamonds, that game, Wonga.
But I mean, every club seems to have their bogey sides, and for us, South Sydney is our bogey side at the moment. So, I mean, we could say that we're Penrith bogey side. We've beaten them twice this year. It could be Melbourne's bogey side as well. We've had a good run against them as well. So, I mean, every club's got them. It's just something about South Sydney. I don't know what it is.
It was like Canberra and Canberra for a couple of years there. We just couldn't get them.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and the Dragons against Canberra as well. They couldn't beat them down there either.
Not a happy hunting ground. Well, Matt, who's your Eels man of the match?
I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna go off the bench. I'm gonna say Kafusi.
Okay.
They don't get enough raps coming off the bench. We can all pick starters, but I feel like when he came on, he made an impact, made big runs, done a few good tackles there. We say Lane every week. I feel like Isaiah misses Mitch. Like, he doesn't run off Jacob better than he does Mitch. I don't know what the difference, like, whether he just didn't get enough ball down that side. He made a few good hit-ups. But, yeah, I just want to give – I think Oregon off the bench was huge. I think he ran more meters than the starting forwards.
Yeah, he did have some really good runs there, and did break the line a couple of times. So yeah, good choice.
I'll just quickly touch on the knock-on effect New South Wales Cup, where Parramatta ran out 32-10 winners over the Rabbitohs. Josh Mansour from the kind of first grade side of the Rabbitohs played for that game. Besides that, kind of Blake Taff. But yeah, Sean Russell scored a hat trick. Were you at this game, Troy?
I caught the second half of it, and it was sort of a bit of a ding dong effect, and then Parramatta sort of scored a couple of tries, and then South scored a couple of tries, and then there was one massive hit from Wiremu Greg on a South Sydney player, which stopped the game for about 5 minutes. I think the South player ended up breaking his leg in the tackle. There was nothing illegal in it. It was a massive hit. And so we wish him all the best in his recovery. But it was a good win for them, and I think they're fifth spot on the ladder there in the knock-on effect cup. I think they're 1 point behind fourth.
Fantastic result there, getting that big W. Well, before we get into the Eels and the Bulldogs, a huge game on Saturday, let's speak about the return of the NRLW, where the Parramatta Eels look to have a new look team, a few new players, a bit of bulk to the squad, a bit of experience to the squad, and a few young guns from what I've heard. And we've got a very tough opponent in the Sydney Roosters, who were just won the grand final. I think, what did they win by 10, if I'm not mistaken? Was it 10 in the NRLW grand final against the Dragons?
Could have been. It could have been 20-10. I can't remember, to be honest.
I think they won by about 10. I think they came from behind, but they've got a lot to like about their side. Some strike power in the centres with Surges and Kelly. So there's some very danger. It's a danger game for us. We are at home opening the NRLW season, so hope to be a good game. Great to see Tiani Penatani in our side. Great signing in Rikea Horn, who was previously at the Dragons, I believe.
She played for us this year.
Oh, she played for us last year?
Yeah. In the first NRLW, the 2021 version earlier this year. Yeah. So there's a couple of exciting players to look out for. The fullback, Gail Borton, I think it is, New Zealand rugby player, looks pretty exciting. Obviously, Bo has still overcoming that knee injury that she suffered in the first season, and Brooke Walker as well. She's coming from AFLW with Carlton Blues, so interesting transition there. She has played rugby sevens and touch football as well, so interesting transition there. Looking forward to seeing that game on Saturday. As you said, opening the season, and I think there's a knock-on effect cup there too. I think possibly as well. So it's a lot of football, and I think there's the Sounds of the West or Sound West or something. Saturday Sounds happening as well. Saturday Sounds, but just getting back to the NRLW, very interesting team. I see that Kennedy Cherrington's on the bench, which I found a bit interesting. I thought she would have been a starter. Interested to see how
maybe the impact off the bench.
Possibly
when the starting forwards are off.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, possibly. But we have lost a couple of players here and there. Maddie Studden at halfback, she's gone. Trying to think who else. There was a representative front row as well.
Did we have a Tamsin something? Tamsin we lost?
Yeah, played in the front row, I think, for the Indigenous side. I think I'm not too sure which club she's at. But yeah, it should be good.
Should be a good opener. You getting down to that one, Matty?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there nice and early.
Yeah, I'm actually considering doing a double vlog. I'm still working out whether to do a separate specific vlog, which will be the first kind of one to get behind the Parramatta girls for the NRLW, or whether it just be part of the standard game day vlog with the Bulldogs. But really looking forward to the NRLW season, and fantastic to see us opening it this weekend. Well, let's get into the game that we're all looking forward to, that will be after this game from 3 o'clock, a great time on Saturday afternoon. Hopefully some great weather up against the Bulldogs, who arguably pulled our pants down at Accor Stadium when we were about $1.07 favourites, and everyone that round got 7 out of 8, and then it all came down to us winning, and we stuffed yous. But this time, I don't think we will. Well, let's get into the team list. Obviously, Gutho at fullback, Sevo on the wing, Penasini and Opacek in the centres, Wonga Blake on the wing with Brown and Dylan Brown in the 5'8". Mitchell Moses has been named at halfback, but will still have to pass some fitness tests later in the week. So we'll keep an eye on that space. We'll definitely update you if he is confirmed, as all passed via the Talking Parra podcast Instagram page. So make sure you're following that one. Reed and Campbell Gillard, Reed Marnie, Junior Paulo, Sean Lane, Isaiah Papali'i, and Ryan Madison. And then on the bench, once again, Ofahigi Ogden, who had some nice carries. I'm not going to lie. During that South Sydney game when he came on towards the end, I thought he had 2 really good carries. So
yeah,
I know
it was 2 carries for 29 meters, so average of almost 15 meters. So that's what we need. We should have got him more minutes earlier, I reckon. Bryce
Cartwright in jersey number 15, and then Maddie's man of the match in Oregon Gafusi in the 16. In the 17 is Murata Niokore. Interesting, on the reserves, you've got Bailey Simonson. Is there a chance he plays? And if so, where?
Just depends on his hamstring.
I don't think he will.
I reckon he'll get another week. It just depends on, I suppose, if any niggling injuries from last week. Wanga, I don't know.
Well, there's definitely a few. We always speak about the danger men from the opponent. Now, I think there's a few for the Bulldogs. They obviously are coming off a quite large loss. The game, for me, if you watch the Bulldogs and the Warriors last week, the game scoreline doesn't really reflect the result. It just became a real blowout towards the end. But obviously, Josh Adokar scoring a double or a hat-trick. I think it was a hat-trick against us earlier in the season, and his combination with Burton has been good. But the big danger man for me is Paul Vaughan. Now, Paul Vaughan is probably arguably playing for a new contract, but at the same time, we really are letting big forwards, and I think it was seen last week with South Sydney in Tavita Totola, who ran for about 208 metres. We did it with Tarpany against the Raiders. We've done it with James Tarmow, I think, against the Tigers. Too many players running some huge metres. So for me, Paul Vaughan, who I think I might correct that because I think he's off to the Super League next year. But Paul Vaughan is my danger man to watch. What about you, Troy?
Yeah, well, you are correct there. He is off to the Super League next year, so he's already signed a contract. So, but yeah, he's going over there. But yeah, no, you're right there. A few of the big men have. Well, Brad said it as on NRL 360 the other night. He said, we didn't physically get into the game, so obviously that's a sign of the big blokes trying to run over the top of our forwards, and we've got a pretty big forward pack ourselves, so that'll be something that hopefully will fire the boys up, and hopefully they get over the other big boys in the other Bulldogs. But yeah, no, you mentioned him, Josh Adokar. Hopefully they're staying out in their wings and they're not for that cross kick over to Adokar from Matty Burton. They did that last time they played us, so hopefully they learn from that. Jake Averillo at fullback, he can be a little bit of a live wire as well at times. But yeah, probably just those three, Burton, Averillo, and the Fox.
What about you, Matty? Who's your danger man for the Bulldogs on Saturday?
I'm going to go Marshall King. He's had a season so far, so I feel like last time they played us, he set it up a lot. Little dummy half run, so got to be a wake up to that. But yeah, the boys have to watch that cross kick from Burton as well. Plus, hopefully Gutho sprays enough glue on his hands, because I feel like there's going to be some Burton bombs coming his way.
Dreaded Burton bombs.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he wear gloves?
But in saying that, I reckon if Mitch used to put them up ages ago, but he hasn't really done them. So maybe Mitch might pull a few out against them.
Well, we saw Mitch do it against the Panthers where Dylan Brown scored. So, yeah you're right there. You're right. He can do them. Maybe not as high as Matty Burton, but still as swirling and as dangerous as him.
Well, it's that time of the week, boys, where we get into last week's bold predictions. We don't even need to touch on the first try scorer for this week, unfortunately. No first try scorer. So we'll start off with you, Troy. You had my prediction when we played a few weeks ago, which was Clint Gutherson to run more meters than Latrell Mitchell. Latrell Mitchell 211 meters and Clint Gutherson with 140 in the match. We'll go to me next. Big bump out. It was Murata to score off the bench. Absolutely not. Wild man there. Adam, yours was both teams back three to score tries. Well, I mean, close with South Sydney, but unfortunately not with our boys there. And Matt, yours was Reed to kick a 40-20. I think Reed didn't even.
I think he had a crack, didn't he?
He did.
I think he did. Yeah.
He had a crack, but it didn't go anywhere near.
Nah.
Almost. But yeah, no. That was no points this week, boys.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to get Matt to go first.
All right, you're going to get me on the spot.
Score prediction and bold prediction.
Do you want me to read Adams out as well, or are you going to do it?
Yeah, you read
out. Read Adams out.
Do Adams first, and then
we'll do Adams first. Good old fearless leader, Adam. He's gone Eels 40-4. He's gone Sivo first try scorer, and his bold prediction is Sivo double into Moses 13+. So he stole your Moses 13+. It's going to be a close game. Moses 13+ from a couple weeks ago. I'm going to go score 36-6. I'm going to go RCG first try scorer. This time he'll fake to pass to Avarillo. Like we saw Sean Johnson do. He dummied. Avarillo went for that intercept. It didn't come off because it wasn't RCG. And I'm going to make a bold prediction that 3 Parramatta forwards score tries this week.
Let's go to you, Troy. I love that.
Okay.
I love the big boys season. It continues.
Yeah, look, I'm going to go sort of along with you guys as well. I think Parra are going to put on a score this weekend. It's going to be sunny, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There's going to be some fast football played. So I think we're going to hit the 40s. So I'll say 46-18. The Dogs will score a couple of tries, converted tries, so 3 converted tries. So 46-18. I'm going to go. I do this every week. I'll go Reed first try scorer. He'll do another sneak over from dummy half against his new club for next year, and then I'll probably just to show all those people out there that he is committed for this year, and his mind isn't on next year. And my bold prediction will be, he's a try scoring machine at Combank Stadium. I'll go Sivo triple.
Sivo for the hat trick.
Yeah.
You've gone a few tries there, and I'm going similar to you, Troy. I think we put on quite a bit of a score, but I think we do leak some points. I'm going to go with us to win by 20. I'm going to go 36-16, so 2 points less in regards to the Doggies score. I think they'll miss one conversion there. I'm going to go Sean Lane first try scorer. I don't know. I've got a feeling Sean Lane, I guess it's part of the forward packs or in the back row, so something different rather than going for the easy back line that will probably cross over early. But, yeah, I'm going to go Sean Lane. As for a bold prediction, this game when we play, or even when we played all season, but this game particularly when we play, it's always kind of a tight tussle at halftime. I'm actually going to go the opposite, and you mentioned that good weather. So I'm actually going to say that I reckon Parramatta to score 22 or more in the first half. I reckon we're going to go into the sheds with us at 20 points or more. It won't be that kind of typical 12, 14, 16, 6 scoreline. I reckon Parramatta 20-plus points in the first half.
And then only to score 14 in the second half.
16 in the second half. 36 to 16.
Yeah, practice grinding the second half.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
like the Roosters game.
I've said it all along. At this point in the season, 3 games to go, we just need 2 points. We don't need to put on massive scores, but obviously it'll give the boys confidence putting on a score. But for for and against, don't worry about that. We just need to get the 2 points. I mean, obviously you need to worry about their opposition score because you don't want them to leak in a lot of points. But in terms of for and against differential, you don't have to worry about that. Just get the 2 points.
Just quickly, un-game related, but as Maddie is one of the members of the podcast, on Friday, the NRL releases its annual NRL cards in NRL Elite, and obviously Eels collectors will be getting excited. Just to let Eels fans know, if you want to get those cards, you will be collecting the Young Gun for this year. We've got Will Penasini getting the Young Gun, so Will Penasini signatures will be potentially up for grabs via Matt Tatey Sport Cards. Whether he can find some, hopefully, and keep an eye out. And as for our league sensation player for the year, they have gone with this man right here, or not Jeremy Marshall-King, this one right here, in Junior Paulo to collect. So very exciting for the fans on Friday. And make sure you check out Tate Sports Cards for all that content.
And it is...
Points? Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is Old Boys Day on Saturday as well. So there'll be lots of familiar faces hopefully out there on Saturday. So if you are a card collector, don't forget your old footy cards and maybe get those ones signed as well. But it'll be great to see some of the old boys out there. Hopefully they get a big turnout. They'll be doing a lap of honour around the field as well before the first grade. So, it'd be good to see some of the old boys out there at Combank Stadium on Saturday.
That looks great. Very nice. There you go. I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to this. I missed last week, so did Maddie. Maddie's missed the last couple of weeks. I think it's going to be a huge game for Parra. We're going to get back on that winning track. It's our on week, and I'm really keen to get a huge vlog out. So thanks for listening, guys, and go Parra.
Go Parra.
Go Parra.